welcome to a new video. Today, I'm gonna try the English exam of the 2020 センター試験. This was actually the last センター試験 we will ever have, because starting from next year, センター試験 will be replaced by a different set of exams called 共通テスト, as shown here. And this website lets you look at all the exam papers from this year's センター試験. So I'm gonna click on English exam paper. I should probably download it as a PDF.And you are given 80 minutes, and you get a final score out of 200. And this test consists of 32 pages. So the very first set of questions, 第一問, are always about pronunciation and accent. You have to look at these 4 words and identify which of these 4 underlined segments is pronounced differently from the rest. Scarce, scenery, scratch, scream.So the answer must be scenery, arise, desire, loose, resemble. The S in loose is voiceless. Accuse, cube, cucumber, cultivate. So the vowel in cultivate is different. For these questions, you just need to know how each word is pronounced, and you don't need to know what each word means. In part B, you have to look at the accent or the placement of stress in each word and figure out of the 4 options which one has a different primary accent. Allergy, so the first syllable is stressed. Objective, the second syllable. Physical, the first syllable. Strategy, the first syllable. Alcohol, 1. Behavior, 2. Consider, 2. Magnetic, 2. Canal, 2. Instance, 1. Island, 1. Workshop, 1. Administer, 2. Beneficial, 3. Competitor, 2. Democracy, 2. 第2問, Part A. You have to choose one word that goes into this blank. Due to the rain, our performance in the game was apart from perfect.Different from perfect, far from perfect, free from perfect, far from perfect. Emergency doors can be found at both ends of this hallway, each ends of this hallway, either ends of this hallway, neither ends of this hallway, which in itself would be a different kind of emergency. So the word ends is in the plural form, so only the word both can be attached to a plural noun. So both ends. My plans for studying abroad depend on that.I can get a scholarship, depend on what I can get a scholarship, depend on whether I can get a scholarship, depend on which I can get a scholarship, whether Noriko can speak Swahili and also can Marco. As can Marco, so can Marco, that can Marco, so can Marco. To say you will go jogging every day is one thing, but to do it is another. One another, the other, the others.Another. Our boss is a hard worker, but can be difficult to get along with, get around to, get away with, get down to, get along with. When Ayano came to my house, it happened that nobody was at home. Something happened. There happened. What happened? It happened. We'll be able to get home on time as far as or as long as the roads are blocked. Clear.So we'll be able to get home on time as long as the roads are clear. I know you said you weren't going to the sports festival, but it is an important event, so please give it or take it a first thought or a second thought. I would say please give it a second thought. Think twice. Think about it again. I didn't recognize any or either of the guests, except for or rather than the 2 sitting in the back row. So I would say any of the guests, because there seem to be more than 3 guests. Except for the 2 should be the correct answer. In part B, you have to rearrange these words. Tony says, those decorations in the hall look great, don't they? I'm glad we finished on time. Yes, thank you so much. Without your help, the preparations, all the guests arrive this afternoon. So the preparations...would not have been completed by the time all the guests arrive this afternoon. Usually in this type of questions, modal verbs tend to give us the biggest hint, because when you have a modal verb in a declarative sentence, there has to be a subject before it, and the modal verb has to be followed by a verb in the plain form, have, and have has to be followed by a verb in the past participle form, been, and been can be followed by a verb in the past participle form as well. Mr. Smith has 2 daughters in school now, right? Actually, he has 3. The London, I don't think you've met her yet, okay? The youngest of whom is studying music in London. It might rain this weekend, so I wonder if we should still have the class barbecue in the park. Yeah, we have to decide now whether to hold it until someday next week, as planned, or put it off until someday next week. And here comes part C. From each of these 3 boxes, you have to choose either A or B. I heard a new amusement park will be built in our neighborhood. Really? That will be great for the kids in our area. Yes, but nobody is happy about the increased traffic near their houses. But according to the experts, thanks to the neighbors, it will create less noise. It will create more jobs for young people, okay? I would say, according to the experts, it will create more jobs for young people. It will definitely have a positive economic effect on our city. I heard Emma is planning to quit her full-time job. Yeah, she's going to start her own company. Wow, her husband must be angry because they need money for their new house. Very much so, but although because he is quite upset, he isn't so upset. He doesn't object. He objects to Emma's plan. They always support each other in the end. Okay. Although he is quite upset, he doesn't object. Why are there fire trucks in front of the school? It's because there is a fire drill scheduled for this morning. Again, we just had one last semester. I already know what to do. Even if you think you do, the drill is essential, meaningless, even so that we cannot. Even if you think you do, the drill is essential so that we can help each other. 第3問. So in 第3問, you need to read a short paragraph and decide which one of the 4 sentences should be removed. You should first of all grasp the theme of the paragraph. And to do so, you have to look at the first and the last sentences. The biggest professional basketball league in North America, the games were often low scoring and as a result, not always exciting. This simple change made the game more exciting and saved the league. So this paragraph should be about making basketball more exciting. A prime example was a game between the Lakers and the Pistons. Okay. If we were to remove this sentence from the paragraph, the following sentence wouldn't make sense because it contains the phrase the result of the game. Without the sentence number 1, we wouldn't know which game is being referred to. So we need to keep number 1. The pressure of the time limit caused players to miss their shots more often. After much discussion, the rule was first used in an official game. Ever since, individual teams have often scored over 100 points in a game. I would say we should remove number 2 because players missing their shots would make the games less exciting. The second paragraph, or you get a backache. The main source of back pain may be stress and lack of sleep, not the way someone is sitting. Okay, so let's see. Number 1, our back is naturally curved. From the side, it is S-shaped. Individuals have their own unique bone sizes that determine their body shapes. It has been thought that good posture meant straightening out some of the curves. According to a study examining doctors' opinions, it was found that there was no single agreed-upon standard of proper posture. And I would say can't remove 1 or 3 because 1 mentions the curve, 3 also mentions the curves. So I would say number 2. The third paragraph. One of the most important features in the development of civilization was the preservation of food. Regardless of the origin, preserved foods like ham helped human culture to evolve and are deeply rooted in history. Okay. 1. Many credit the Chinese with being the first people to record salting raw pork, while others have cited the, Gauls or Gauls? Gauls. Ancient people who lived in western parts of Europe. Another common seasoning is pepper, which works just as well in the preservation of food. It seems almost certain that It was a well-established practice by the Roman period. A famous politician in ancient Rome wrote extensively about the salting of hams as early as 160 BC. So the odd one out is the second sentence, which mentions pepper. So in part B, you have to read a dialogue, and there is usually one person that tries to summarize what everyone else said. And let's just skim through the conversation and try to figure out what the topic is about. So there's a meeting, raise money for charity, earn much money, doing odd jobs. And Akira doesn't seem to be familiar with the term odd jobs, so Jenna is explaining what that means. And Akira is trying to make sure that he has understood what Jenna explained. So without having to read what Jenna said, I would say number 3. Doing random jobs is a way to make money. Here's a different person. So part-time jobs, local businesses, restaurant, convenience store, a kind of helper, casual style, paid directly by the people you help, not a company. Decide which jobs you want to do. Danger, potential problems. Not all jobs are inside the house. Get paid in cash. A lot of seniors in our community doubt that they would take advantage of us. People are honest and kind. Shouldn't be worried because there's little risk in working within our community. So number 3. And here's Dan. Get paid for volunteer work. Out of the goodness of our hearts. Helping is our reward. Raise money for the charity. People will understand. Set the price low. How about taxes? Not breaking any laws. The next step is to 4. Think of a plan that works for a local area. Sounds good. 第4問 Part A. 第4問 Part A usually features at least one diagram or a graph or a table, and this time we seem to have a very unusual looking diagram. Sports, training program, enhanced performance, learning outcomes without increasing the amount of practice. Examine how different training schedules influence throwing performance. 3 throwing locations, 3, 4, 5 meters. Addressed in the following section, okay. It's kind of annoying that you have to do some counting in an English exam. What do I do when a dot is on the line? Let's see, does it say anywhere? If landed on a line, the higher score was awarded. Okay, so let's see, 80, 50, 50, 30, 20. Which is true? 81 throws, same initial throwing location, blocked group, no. Distance remained unchanged. Same location, various ways of throwing, no. 3 or more times in a row from the same location was against the rules. Did it say anything about the distance? I don't think so. I would say number 4, which is true about the results. Blocked best score, no. Blocked group the worst score, yes. Combined group lower accuracy, no. Random group lowest accuracy. What will be discussed? Mental imagery, observation of younger students, overarm throws, various kinds of throwing motions. Let's see. Other throwing actions. So, number 4, various kinds of throwing motions. Part B. So, in Part B, you have to look at a brochure or an advertisement. Fran will sell her handmade jewelry on both days. Only a small space. 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay. So, small space, 18, $2 discount each day. So, 6, 8, 14. So, I would say 14. Big household items, refrigerator, an outdoor space. What offer can she take advantage of? Free assistance, tent, full cash refund, selection of the location, a large truck free of charge. Transporting goods incurs additional fees, and no extra charge for setting up tents. Yeah, so free assistance in setting up her tent, number 1. Herbal soaps and candles. Indoor space. Allowed to do. Space close to the sink to get water easily. Water, soaps, pet hamster, Light some candles. Pet friendly but outdoor. Water is available for indoor. Fires in open flames prohibited. Okay, so what can he do? He's gonna be indoors, so he can't keep his pet hamsters in a cage. He can't light his candles, and he cannot choose the location. So I would say number 2, which is true about the flea market. Discouraged from selling items they created. False. People can throw away anything in the same trash can. I hope not. Garbage must be separated. Okay, no. Organizers choose applicants. Organizers provide information about schedule updates. It says here, if you apply for both days, so you don't need to apply for both days. So I would say number 2. Daigomon. Usually you have to read a passage and answer some questions, so you get some ordinary comprehension questions. The author kept returning to the mountain because an urge she couldn't explain, planned to meet the elderly man, she could practice magic, find out about the bear, mountain, something unexpected, lost sight of him, oh, my dog, looked and looked, strange feeling, beyond sadness, feeling I didn't understand, pulling me to go back to the mountain. So I would say number 1, which happened first on the most recent trip. Large open area, climbed, saw a bear running away, assisted by an old man. Okay. Unfamiliar place, an elderly man, decided to climb together, German shepherd, police dog, bodyguard, German roots. An open area, scare away bears. Okay, so the dog chased after the bear. Should have been more careful. Wasn't your fault. The dog wanted you to be safe. So what happened? She was assisted. Question number 3. What similarity between the author's dog and the old man? Workplace injuries, lost close family friends, acquaintances of the author, help protect the public. Similarities. Bodyguard, German roots, police officer, German shepherd, police dog. I would say help protect the public. Rang in the air. Brought happiness, left an impression, made a loud noise, seemed offensive. Did I tell him this? The old man's comment rang in the air. Okay. Left an impression. How did the author's feelings change over the course of the last hiking experience? Was depressed, became sadder, was determined, became comforted, was hopeful, became homesick, was miserable, became entertained. Soul felt very much complete. Familiar noise. So many emotions. Only the option 2 makes sense, so let's go with number 2. Dairokumon. Another reading comprehension. Paragraph 2. First vending machine. Fixed amount of liquid. Ancient Greek mathematical principles. Enter temples. Regular income. The first one, constructed by a Greek mathematics teacher. Sold special water. Prayers at temples. Purchased the water. An equal portion of the special water. So, number 1, acquire a fixed amount of liquid. An English inventor's vending machine sold goods at various prices. Sales increased when high-value coins appeared. Technology found in Asia many centuries ago. Vending machines common in the world by the 18th century. Okay, number 3. Pencils, China, 1800s. English, spread around the world in 1880s. English inventor, postcards and paper, popular, paper stamps and other goods, other countries. 1904, 1926, so products with different prices, wider variety. Number 1 is false. Number 4 is false. I don't think this was mentioned anywhere in paragraph 3. Vending machine technology was found in Asia many centuries ago. So I would say number 3. Meaning of this word in paragraph 4, I know what this means. Accept illegal exchanges, create unauthorized imitations, restrict unapproved technology, withdraw unnecessary support. Number 2. Paragraph 5, what's true about vending machines in Japan? Foreign tourists hesitate. Over 3/4 of them sell a variety of drinks. Highly safe products. Variety of items. Unique. Okay. 55% of them selling beverages such as tea, coffee, juice. Overall level of safety, public safety, as well as the range of products Tourists take pictures. So there was a mention of safety, but it wasn't about safe products. It was about safety of society. So number 3 is out, number 1 is out, number 2 is out because 3/4 is too high. I think the paragraph said 55%, so we're left with number 4. The best title, Cultural Benefits of Vending Machines. Development of Vending Machines. I would say number 2. Part B, we have to give a label to each of the paragraphs except the introduction and the conclusion. Factor allowing them to exist widely in one country. I think that's about Japan. Creation of one vending machine. Difficulties. Types of vending machine goods. Okay, so 2, 4, 3, 1. So I will see how many questions I got wrong during editing.